Welcome back, Eagles fans, to the nest. I'm here for another edition of the Final Whistle. No Jag Rajlali here tonight, just me and Easton Jacobs. Goal scored tonight for the Surrey Eagles against the Chilliwack Chiefs. EJ, the first question I have for you, a gutsy game against the Chilliwacks. For me, a team that has dominated us in the past. They're a playoff team, but we still managed to keep it competitive. What was the feeling like in the dressing room?
Yeah, it's been a rough year, but I think Chilliwack's been a team where we've found success some nights. Like, we beat them earlier in the year and then had tough games. But tonight, it was hard fought. We outshot them and, couldn't come up with it, but close.
Well, something I got to ask you. I always describe you as a bit of a power forward, a guy who likes to get to the net. But if you had to describe your play to the Eagles fans, how you play the game of hockey, how would you do that?
Yeah, I'd say power forward. I think I like to throw skilled power forward in there. But, I like to go to the net. I like to shoot. And, I get physical sometimes.
I would tend to agree. And obviously that got you a goal tonight, going hard to the net. It was, like I said, a gutsy one here, 3-2, unfortunately. Not the result we wanted. But enough of that. Let's get right into the fan questions here. That's what everyone cares about here in the Final Whistle. My first one for you, from @MikeyFeeds, who's the most influential player in your life?
I knew this one was coming. I know he wants me to say him, but I'm going to say my dad. I think that's kind of a, cliche answer, but yeah, I'm going to say my dad.
Yeah, fair enough. Sorry, Fedorchuk. It is his dad. It's not you.
Nice try, though.
Next one up, again, sticking with the fan questions. We've got a lot of fan questions here for you today. @Leckermacki_23. Any TV shows you're currently hooked on?
I was just watching Landman. I kind of took a break, but yeah, I think I'm on season 2.
Well, speaking of dads, that's my dad's favorite show. So I'm glad.
Great show.
It's a good show. Good one to tune into. Another fan question here. I think you might know this one. @Mackenzie Jacobs. Does EJ have a super cool sister?
Yes, I do. I do have a cool sister.
As again, like I said, lots of fan questions here going on in this one. Another name you might recognize, @Lucas_Bush. Why do your OGs call you Jelly?
Jay, last name Jay, Jelly Jacobs. We had a little group of food nicknames, so.
Well, that's a good segue into my next question. If you had to pick one go-to pregame meal, what would it be?
I don't really have a go-to, but I'd say like spaghetti, chicken parm is probably the main.
Chicken parm, always a good one. Maybe a bit of a cliche, but you can't get away from the classics. Yeah. Again, sticking with maybe a bit of the pregame routine here for yourself. Run me through, what does your pregame look like before each game here?
Pretty loose. Not many superstitions until getting the gear on. I always put everything left on first, and then my warm-ups are the exact same every game.
Well, second to last regular question we have here that isn't a fan question. If hockey wasn't in the cards for yourself, what do you think you'd be doing?
Probably playing baseball. I loved playing baseball growing up. I miss it, so I'd say that.
Fair enough. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of crossover sometimes with hockey players and baseball players, so good pick there. Right back to the fan questions. Another name you might recognize, @Zach_Shahadi. How was the level of soccer been in Surrey since Bushy and Shadi left?
Much better. Much better.
Well, there you go. Apparently the soccer getting better here in Surrey since those two have left. Again, another one you might recognize, @Matson Waring. What is your go-to dance move?
My go-to dance move? I'll say, the whip it nene. I'll say that one. I hit that one often.
Unfortunately, I know that one. I'm not quite that old, but I do know that one. Another name you might recognize. Again, lots of fan questions here. This is what we like to hear, like the fans to get involved. @Sean Leary. What happens when you hang out with guys like us?
Bad stuff. Bad things.
Fair enough. Obviously, Sean, not here anymore. We miss you, buddy. Glad to see you tuning in here for the fan questions. Another name you might recognize. Had a pretty good game tonight. @Danny Buckley. What is your favorite enchantment in Minecraft?
Fortune 3.
Fair enough. Fortune 3. I was a bit of a Minecraft player myself back in the day.
Yeah, we're hooked right now.
So that leads me into my next question. What's your favorite video game?
My favorite video game? Probably Chell. I'd say I play that the most.
Fair enough. A big gamer myself as well. Chel's always a
Yeah,
good, solid
yeah,
option.
that's the go-to.
The last fan question here, a little bit of a late one entering, but it's the most important one from @LindyLuhu. How much does your mom need to send you in order for you to shave your mustache?
Money?
Money, yeah.
Oh, I got leverage here, so I'm gonna say $500.
Well, there you go. You now have a price amount there, Mrs. Jacobs. For me, I think the mustache
Yeah,
is
that's
great.
what I was gonna say.
It's a
I
great
think that's
look.
a bad question. I think she could have done better.
It's a great look. I do. I think the mustache
Yeah,
suits
I
you, my
appreciate
friend.
that.
I'm sure your mom won't like me saying that, but I think it does. Now, final question here before we get wrapped up. Like I said, hasn't been the season the Eagles have wanted here so far this season, but the last month or two, some positives coming out of it. The young guys have been playing good. We've been getting some more points, forcing some more overtimes. The games have been more competitive. What's the feeling like been in the locker room now that the season, maybe not necessarily accumulating the wins, but the games have been getting better and better for you guys?
Yeah, I think first half was rocky with guys leaving, guys coming all the time, so it was just hard to get stable. And then since Christmas, we've had more stability in the team, and I think it's led to more success. It's been really fun, even through the tough times. We've had fun in the locker room, so.
Well, that is good to hear. Keeping the morale high.
Yeah.
I have to echo your sentiment there. I think the guys have looked a lot better chemistry-wise on the ice. It's nice to see some familiar faces sticking around, and that builds the chemistry. Like I said, I think you guys have been playing better and better every single night. Excited to see what next year, maybe the year after, have in store for us. But that will do it here for us. But first, I have to ask, any final thoughts for the Eagles fans and your family listening at home?
I'll say just thanks for bringing a good crowd every night, and energy helps. And then family, can't wait to get home and see you guys.
Of course, always good to see the families. Off-season just around the corner here for the Surrey Eagles. Now we'll also do it here for us in the final whistle. I am Liam Higgs with Easton Jacobs, or EJ as we love to call him. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us here at the Nest for the final whistle. Thank you so much, and have a good rest of your night.